Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream. Smile shine brighter than a high beam. Ever seen live trading on a widescreen? Bitcoin showing you the steps to own it. We got the alpha, I bet you want it. I'm having fun, send a lecture on it. Randy, put a little extra on it.
It's mutable and decentralized. No censorship or hard cap supply. It's open source and we classify the blockchain secure, and that's exactly why. It's hard money with a new plan. It bounced a lot like this new jam. If Bitcoin dipped, then we ain't gon' trip. I'ma be bullish on you, fam.
I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it. 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 I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it.
This video is sponsored by Cake Wallet, the easiest open source wallet to store Bitcoin, Monero, and Litecoin securely on mobile and desktop devices. When buying, selling, and exchanging crypto or trading for gift cards, Cake Wallet ensures privacy and security, giving you the keys to your coins. At Vacation Genie, we believe digital currencies are meant to do more than just sit in your wallet. They're meant to take you places. We want to help you step into the future of cryptocurrency spending, as travel is one of the top categories for spending your crypto. It provides you with the best ROI, lasting memories. Make sure to check out Vacation Genie today. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Thursday. Oh boy, we got a lot of news to share, don't we? Welcome, everyone, to the show. We have a lot to discuss. Like I mentioned, we got Kraken. We got a lot going on with Kraken, actually, and they have an IPO in the works. They might be taking a little Caribbean vacation. We got Canada, of course, coming down on crypto like there's no tomorrow. And then we got Revolut with Micah. You guys know Revolut is a very big platform over in Europe. And honestly, I kind of root for Revolut. We also have a Coinbase announcement. They partnered with Amex. We have Peter Schiff, the gold bug, coming out with maybe a new tokenized version of gold. I don't know if CZ Binance likes it though. And then we have Polymarket. I just want to touch on Polymarket because it's just wild what's going on there. And then for our spotlight today, we had Tucker Carlson blowing up X yesterday because he said at a Turning Point conference that maybe Bitcoin isn't what we think it is. I think this is pure just craziness simply because like he said, he doesn't understand Bitcoin. So we'll dive into that. Plus your coins to watch. So if you're ready for the zest, the news, the education, maybe a little bit of donkey, smash like, subscribe to the channel, share this out with friends so more people know what's going on here. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 lovely live viewers, and a subscriber goal of 20. Oh, look at us. We're going up. 24,135 more for the show. Let's see if we get there. Rudy is over there on TikTok. Good morning. Guys, if you want to say good morning to me, do so in the chat because I'm going to say good morning to you as you check out our 3 amazing sponsors of the show, including Cake Wallet, Market Cipher. Use code ZESTY for 15% off, and then head over to Vacation Genie. And of course, you're going to book your cruise with crypto. Let's get after it this morning. Mike Volmer in the chat. Donkeys for you, my friend. A lot of y'all have been like, where's the donkey? I actually had a conversation about Dunkin' Donuts last night, and the person I was chatting with was like, yeah, you know, I'm cool where I'm from. You know, I got the original donkey down the block. I was like, sorry, I'm a peasant. And I just go to the regular Joe Schmo freaking donkey out in Florida, all right? Jay Cogs, thank you for the lightning bolt. WCS, good morning. Batmer, good morning. All righty, let's see who's on YouTube and X and Rumble and everywhere where your mother is. All right. We got Black Hat, thank you, and good morning to you. David Bulls, Jesse, Mama Shadow, son backup. I think David Bulls. Yeah, we have all the Bulls. David Bulls and Doge Bull. Joe Harvey is also in the chat. Peace is on multiple platforms. Who else we got here? All set. Fiat Earth cryptocurrency man. Hello. Aquarian is here. Yukio's on X. Silver back and Silver. Wait, was Silver Days here this morning? I don't know if I caught him. We have War Player in the chat. Good morning. We have Mike Mazzone is on X. Brian in the chat. Chipper. Good morning. Yeah, there's Silver Days. Silver back and Silver Days. All the silvers are in the chat. Good morning. Good morning. Carlson. Good morning. Gloria. Nice to see ya. We got Lasers. What's up? All right, Mr. Flex. Mr. Flex. Tubin Jar. If I didn't say good morning to you, please yell at me. Otto is here. Green Day. Kristaki. Good morning. Ian F. Otto. Cough, cough. Good morning. Ian F is here. All the bowls. Yes, indeed. Fox Oracle. Sola Jefe. Good morning. Alex Caimana is here. All right. Oh, shoot.
Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Let's pamp it this morning, kids. We got Christy over there on TikTok, Michael, Nathaniel over on TikTok. Just warning you guys on TikTok, videos don't play over there. You don't hear all of my cool and fun and definitely hilarious sound effects. So please go over there on youtube.com/missteencrypto. Link is in my bio. All right, Oregon Life is here. Said, good morning from Oregon. Oh, hello. Ivan Hernandez, good morning. Everyone, good morning. Oh my gosh, what a splendid day we have. Guys, whoa, what's going on with my computer here? Okay, we do have a goal up, and it's up to y'all if you want me to get bagels tomorrow, if we complete the goal, or you guys pick tomorrow's outfit, which you guys haven't done in a long time. You guys haven't done that in a long time. Maybe it'll get done. Who knows? All right, let's get into the market recap. We're not going to waste any more time. We got CoAI up 63%, hype up about 12. Monero, look at Monero up 7%. Honestly, I root for Monero. Monero's kind of the underdog, but the mysterious dog. Get it? Because it's private. Mysterious. You know, it's cool to have a little bit of a mystery to you sometimes. What's really going on? Like, it's like a person. Like, what's really in their head? What are they really thinking? Yeah. Yeah, no, y'all could definitely pick my outfit for tomorrow if we hit the goal. That's it. Now, we do have Bitcoin this morning still battling the critical level of the 200-day SMA, the simple moving average. Now, we are looking at that, which has the 200-day sitting at, let's say, $108,303. Right now, we're at 109.5, up about 1.8%. We definitely want to hold 109. 109 is a very critical level, selling pressure all throughout, even that wick high from January. And then again, like trying to hold support there all throughout pretty much May to July. We popped off, we hit highs. We basically came back to that 109, held support, went to another all-time high and pulled back. So, definitely want to be holding that 109. If we reject the 200-day SMA, obviously 106 is very important. And you see how well we're holding support here? 106 is glorious. This is an amazing level. We've been talking about it for a while. Now, your bearish level to watch below that 106 is 101. Even better than that is 97. And everyone's going to come after me. But that's okay. It's fine. Do whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Your bullish scenario, though, is if you hold 109 is 112 and, of course, 117.5. Which 117.5 is, I would say, argue, is more of a golden zone than 120. But like for the sake of class and all, we're going to stick it at 117.5. Because, again, holding support there or just blowing right past that level will give us all-time highs. It has almost every single time. Meanwhile, 3 or 4 times. Let's not be dramatic about the situation. But we are seeing here that we have the VWAP that is kind of popping off right now. We like a VWAP that's going to push on up. That is a very bullish signal. We're up 1.9%. Right now, we do have a green dot printed. You can see a little bit, as I call it, Christmas tree action on the momentum. Red, green. Now, green dot printed. Let's see if it confirms it plays out. We want that money flow to follow through, go from red to green. And, of course, the VWAP continue on its way. The RSI is definitely one to watch, though, because we are chopping it up. We're technically bearish on this RSI, but I would like to see us tip down to that oversold yet again. Again, relieve the selling pressure, move back up, and we're all happy little campers. Love it. Bitcoin is extremely healthy. We are up around 62% in the past year. There is nothing to worry about. Everybody is losing their minds. People come up to me, Randy, did you see? Bitcoin took a dip. And I'm like, sir.
Oh my God.
We are still above 100K, so chill out. Blake said, my favorite Yenta. My favorite Yenta, love Randy, they wrote. I love this show so much. If I could be your favorite Yenta, I'll be your favorite Yenta. That's absolutely fine. This dip is for ants. I agree with you. Come on, like, you know what? Everyone got upset because of this wick. But guess what? 106 was in the cards the entire time. And it's like, we don't brag on this show. We really don't brag on this show. Because if I did... But also, I don't think I have the rights to brag about it. Like, yes, did I say 106 from like a million years ago? Yes, did I? I did. However, I didn't put my money where my mouth was. I'm not out here trading. I'm not like Gio that's trying to short everything. I'm not like Jason Casper that's on his freaking treadmill just analyzing this and picking up my eggs from my chicken coop in the backyard. Love them both. Actually, not Gio, more so Jason. But still, definitely not putting money where my mouth is. I don't know if I have the audacity, honestly. Do I have the audacity? It's not bragging if it's true. You know what, Splake? You're really on my team, Splake. I don't know. Exactly as predicted. Lasers knows. And if y'all have been watching this podcast, like, we make some accurate calls on like levels to watch. Not that I'm swearing it's going to go somewhere, because we always give the bullish and the bearish. But I think our levels are definitely on point. I will say that. Okay. Now, let's continue on our way. We're going to get into breaking news headlines. I don't know, y'all. I'm kind of feeling like I need a vacation. Vacation Genie, can you help me out? Maybe they will. Who knows? If only we could just sit back on the beach, just put on our sunnies, maybe get a little tan. I feel like I need a little bit more of a tan out here. I feel like I'm getting a little bit pale out here in Florida. But if only I was on Team Kraken, if only I worked for Kraken, not only would I possibly get a Caribbean island retreat in January to kick off the new year, but maybe I'd actually get a little bit of a bonus. Maybe get a little extra cha-ching in there when I'm getting my tan. Maybe spend it on a little pina colada. Maybe an island bagel. Maybe some jerk chicken. I love jerk chicken, by the way. Crypto exchange Kraken is whisking the vast majority of its staff off to a little Caribbean vacation in January to energize the firm ahead of a much-anticipated listing in the U.S. A person familiar with the plans requested the exact location of the team-building joint not be published for security reasons, because people are gonna pull up, be like, "Where's your private keys? Where's your private keys?" Now, Kraken has also handed all of their employees a special one-off bonus, according to sources. The positive vibes will be a tonic, given that earlier this year, Kraken was reported to have cut hundreds of staff. Kraken did decline to comment. Furthering that, not only are they going to go and get some jerk chicken, sip a pina colada on the beach, everyone's going to have a little bit of a tan at Kraken when they come back in January, but their revenue also doubled in Q3 as they are preparing for a potential IPO. So we know that within the past year or two, we've had Coinbase and Gemini go public, even bullish, which is more on the institutional side of crypto exchanges. Kraken is going to be next. And I'm very excited for Kraken, honestly. I'm also curious about crypto.com if they're going to go public. But crypto exchange Kraken's revenue has more than doubled in the third quarter as the crypto exchange ramps up for an unexpected public listing next year. Now, the company, legally known as Payward Inc., brought in $648 million in revenue for the third quarter, a 114% increase from the same period last year. Kraken defines revenue as gross income under GAAP accounting minus trading costs. Adjusted earnings for taxes and other items reached $178.6 million compared to a slightly negative figure last year. The figure is up 124% quarter over quarter. Now, it adds to their plans for their IPO in the U.S. They recently raised $500 million in a funding round, valuing it at $15 billion. So again, joining Bullish, Gemini, Coinbase as publicly listed crypto exchanges. So that is major news. Things are happening. So if you want another coin or another token or whatever to watch. Anything related to Kraken is worth watching at this point, especially a stock to watch. So go ahead and check it out. Coinbase has been doing pretty interesting. Coinbase stock, if we're going to go look at it, is trying to hold a level of support. I was taking a gander at this chart this morning. Look at Coinbase, guys, $322.54. We're up 0.69%. We are looking to hold this 320 mark. So that's your major level to watch for Coinbase. Even below that, you could look at 299, 300 as the psychological level to watch. But then you even have the 200-day SMA. That's getting a little bit close. It's getting a little bit close. How close? From current price, about 13%, which is far, I guess, for a stock. Stocks don't do like crazy moves. Very rare that they have like these dramatic, wild moves. But Coinbase is doing well. Even speaking of Coinbase, you know what? Like, let's skip a few headlines. We're going to go to Coinbase. Coinbase opened an Amex card. So Coinbase has been very about like their Bitcoin card. They want to offer Bitcoin rewards instead of like cash back. Honestly, I mess with it. Like I don't have Coinbase right now, but I do have the Gemini card. I've been loving it. I freaking tap at the freaking store, and then immediately I'm getting a notification from Gemini that's like, hey, boo, you got your Bitcoin back. And I'm like, I feel so good about that, especially because, again, you're spending money on your credit card. Yes, there's good perks. I will say I max out my credit card perks. I will say that. But you got to be smart about it all, one. And two, you're earning these points. You're earning the cash back. But they can always change the value of these points. But if you're earning Bitcoin back or XRP or Solana, whatever you sign up for, whatever card with whatever rewards, you're actually getting hard-earned cash back. So if you guys want the Gemini credit card, do not sign up without asking me for my referral first. Okay, now Coinbase opens up an Amex card with up to 4% Bitcoin back. And I believe Gemini is basically the same depending on the category of things you're buying or whatever. Now, Coinbase said their Coinbase One card is now open to U.S. customers who are or become Coinbase One members at $50 a year, offering up to a 4% back in Bitcoin on purchases. This came in an X post from Max Brandsburg, head of consumer and business products, who described the product as open to everyone in the U.S. with access tied to the Coinbase One plan. This carries no foreign transaction fees, which is actually pretty fire, and lets users pay their credit card bill either from a linked bank account or with crypto held on Coinbase. Also really freaking dope. Coinbase says Bitcoin rewards don't appear on 1099 forms when earned, though taxes may apply if the rewards are sold later on. And again, that's also something major to note. Like, people think like, oh, you're buying Bitcoin, you're going to get taxed on it. No, you only get taxed on it when you sell.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Oh, John Blake. John Blake. Wait, is this Splake from TikTok? No, he's over there. He's over there. John Blake. Hello, Mr. John Blake. Welcome. Thank you for the super chat. Always appreciated. Yeah, we get after it on this channel. We have 4 more left. We have 23 minutes left on our goal. We're getting after it. Okay, hold on. I'm just getting mad text messages. Yes, let's pamp it. You're just a random. You're not a random, John. You're family now. Amen. All right, guys, smash the likes. Let's get after it. We're doing things this morning. We're doing things. Do we get taxed if we arbitrage or convert Bitcoin? Like, are you asking like swapping to a different token? I think any sort of selling gets taxed. I mean, I guess it's to the degree of it too, because I know they're trying to do like a de minimis tax, I believe it's called, where like if you spend $300 of Bitcoin on, let's say like you have a party, you're having some friends over, you're buying some pizza for your friends, and you spend $300 on the pizza, like you're not supposed to get taxed on that. But I don't think that passed yet. I don't think that's like an official tax rule. Although I do think that we should have a limit. Like, let's say I go and buy a TV. A lot of TVs, or even if I go and buy a couch, let's say I literally just moved into an apartment, right? I need a couch, I need a TV, or whatever. Okay, let's say like I get a really bougie TV that's like $1,000 or like $800. Why am I gonna get capital gains on buying this TV? That is absolutely stupid. It's stupid. Like, they're already doing sales tax. There's already taxes on taxes on taxes. So leave it be at that point, because I'm just using Bitcoin as currency like I would the dollar. So shouldn't it be taxed the same? I mean, that's kind of how I feel. But definitely bullish on the Gemini card. Definitely bullish on this Coinbase card. If y'all use Coinbase, definitely go check it out. Going back into international headlines, though, we do have Canada's AML watchdog that's coming after people and had a record of a $126 million fine. It's a little bit crazy, though, because they don't really find TD Bank from Canada that disregards AML rules all the time. It's a little bit suspect to me. I don't know. Interesting. But listen, bottom line, I'm not saying that they shouldn't come after someone bad. Like, you know, if you're a bad actor, then get held accountable. But again, get held accountable.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Zesty fam, pump those likes and subscribe.
Why, thank you, Silver. Why, thank you. But yeah, so we have all these banks that clearly disregard the rules and they don't get called out. But crypto people don't follow the rules and they get called out. I think everyone should get called out, but that's just my little humble opinion. We have the Financial Transactions and Report Analysis Center of Canada called FinTrack. They say they find an enterprise that operates as crypto platform at Cryptomus. A record of $126 million is the fine for widespread compliance failures under federal AML and counter-terrorist financing laws. They're related to over 1,000 suspicious transactions, more than 1,500 large virtual currency transactions that Canada's AML agency said Vancouver-based Cryptomus failed to report between July 1st and July 31st of 2024. Yes. Okay, investigators also said this included transactions tied to child abuse material, fraud, ransomware payments, and sanctions evasions. And if that's the truth, then lock him up and get him out of here. But again, you know what? We're going to just pull up receipts. You hear me typing? You hear me typing. Let's look at October of 2024. You know what? This actually really lines up. Oh boy. Look at this. July 1st and July 31st of last year, all of these shenanigans were happening. Look at what happened October 2024. TD Bank was fined over $3 billion by U.S. authorities. And mind you, they're a Canadian bank. TD Bank is Canadian. Let's do a little zoom in, shall we? In October of 2024, TD Bank was fined over $3 billion by U.S. authorities for AML failures that facilitated financial crimes, including activities tied to human trafficking. The bank pled guilty to all charges, including conspiracy to launder money, and admitted that its systemic failures allowed criminal organizations to move hundreds of millions of dollars through their accounts. Literally, decade of failures, unmonitored transactions, employee freaking collusion. What was the consequences? Basically, nothing. They're like, you know what, TD? Just make sure you get your compliance program in order. Don't fire anybody. No executives should get held accountable for children being moved around and abused. Yeah. Maybe you guys should go out for a steak dinner tonight with all your money that you have and all the corruption that you facilitate in the U.S. and Canada and every other place that you are moving money through. 100%. Like, that is actually wild. And this fine is nothing for them. Nothing. Isn't that gross? I mean, come on. Mind-blowing. So, yeah, Canada got you, bro. Come after everybody in crypto that's doing something bad, but also hold the same standards for your own banks. The US should be doing the same. The Bank of America, perfect example, where they literally take your information, your identity, and they could open credit cards and lines of credit in your name without your consent. All these fees that they charge you are fugazi, they're fake. Yet they get away with it. No one gets thrown in jail. No one gets held accountable. Meanwhile, CZ Binance, they created a whole conspiracy out of Binance that they disregarded AML measures. This terrorist was using Binance, yet we never got receipts. Why? The blockchain is transparent. If people were moving money from Binance to this wallet, then show us the receipts. We never got the receipts, and poor CZ got thrown in jail. He was the only person to go to jail for such crime. Meanwhile, the banks are pulling these shenanigans every single day with no care in the world because they don't get held accountable. Why? Because all the banks are little leaves of the bigger banks, and then the bigger banks, and then you're at the top with all these elites that own all the banks, and then what do? We're just slaves, and everyone just gets away with whatever they want. And you know what? I have no darn patience for it anymore. No darn patience. Don't say that's cap, because it's not. Go do your research. Like, come on. That's ridiculous. Don't even get me started on Nancy Pelosi. Don't get me started on all these politicians that want to insider trade and then leave you in the frickin' dust. No. This is why we Bitcoin and this is why we crypto. We opt out of this corrupt, gross system and opt into one with freedom, where you could be your own bank, where we don't have to care about all these radical individuals where you put your money in the bank and it's basically an IOU and they take your money, they do whatever they want, and most of these banks are over leveraged to begin with. Again, I bring up the banks that are tied in New York real estate. You think after this mayoral election, New York's gonna stay nice and bright and shiny? It's already going down the freaking gutter. Now you got all these people that are gonna come through. Oh boy, the New York regional banks. Just get ready, boys and girls. You heard it here soon. I mean, come on, y'all. Let's not be naive. Let's not be naive. Freaking darn. You know what? I'm freaking heated. I need to put on a fan. Your girl is feeling it today. Feeling it. Nancy does have no shame. Like, what's wrong with her? Oh my gosh, I can't. I got no patience for these darn fools. All right, let's keep it going. Okay, let's keep smashing the like. Let's keep smashing the likes. I might have to freaking put my hair up too. Like, I'm frustrated. Anyway, we have Revolut in Europe. Let's calm down. Let's move on. We got Revolut. Okay. Revolut secures a MiCA license in Cyprus. Honestly, I know someone that just moved to Cyprus. There's palm trees over there. We like that. French. Sorry, y'all. I can't even speak today. Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. You guys are distracting me. Fintech major Revolut has received a MiCA license from the Cyprus Security and Exchange Commission, the SEC, allowing it to provide regulated crypto services across all 30 countries in the EU or the European Economic Area. Revolut, which serves more than 65 million customers globally, said the authorization cements its compliance-first approach to crypto in an emailed announcement on Thursday. The company plans to roll out Crypto 2.0, an expanded platform featuring more than 280 tokens, zero-fee staking with rewards up to 22% annual yield, and direct one-to-one stablecoin to USD conversions with no spread, according to a press release. So, they say that the Cyprus base will serve as a hub for their EEA crypto operations. So this is big for Revolut. If you guys are in Europe, I heard Revolut is absolutely fire. I don't think Revolut is available in the US. Let me go make sure. Is Revolut available in the US? Let's see. Oh, yes, they are now. I remember when I first spoke to them, they weren't. Oh, so you, oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, you could go sign up for Revolut. Go have a good time, y'all. I didn't think they were in the US yet. Maybe I'm just a Lulu. When you get rich, you're, oh, okay, Eric, okay. I got asked out on a date on TikTok. This is getting spicy this morning. All right. Jessica's like seeing in her eyes. Y'all are so fun. I love this show so much. Magic Sun is on TikTok. Nice to see ya. All right, guys, we got CZ Binance calling out Peter Schiff. We got a battle going on right now. I kind of like the drama. I'm here for it. And CZ says Peter Schiff's idea of his new tokenized gold is a trust me bro type asset. You know, I kind of feel like the dollar is a real trust me bro type asset. Yeah, don't worry. Just work your whole life for this currency and then, we'll just print more of it and devalue it. Don't even worry where we have, Elon that told everyone that Doge found like 1 million random magic money computers on Capitol Darn Hill. You go on there, enter the amount of money, send it to yourself, send it to Nancy Pelosi so she could trade it for you, whatever you want. And so I feel like the dollar is really a trust me bro type asset. Nonetheless, CZ is saying the same thing about Peter Schiff's tokenized gold. This is so fun. CZ said tokenizing gold is not on-chain gold. It's tokenizing that you can trust some third party will give you at some later date, even after their management changes, maybe decades later during a war. It's a trust me bro token. This is the reason no gold tokens have really took off. Now there is Pax Gold. There's also what's the other one? Tether Gold. Is that what it's called? Is it Tether Gold? There's one of those. And so there's a lot of gold tracked tokens, which is, yeah, I agree. It's a trust me bro. I think even stable coins could be a trust me bro. Like, okay, do they really have the assets? Do they really have like the US Treasury assets? Do they have the cash to back it up? And so I think besides Bitcoin and Litecoin and Doge and Digibyte, all of it's pretty much a trust me bro. Ethereum is real. I think anything in crypto is real because you can see why it's created. It's created for a reason. However, the dollar is not. Like, they just freaking print it out of thin air. And so, quite literally. And then you have this gold stuff, which is like, yeah, I could have a gold bar in my basement and one gold bar, but I could tell everyone I have 69 gold bars and make all these tokens. Like, what is it backed by? And so we even have Fort Knox. Where's the audit on Fort Knox? Where did that go? Where did that go? Elon, Donnie T, they were supposed to go like this. This is what actually Fort Knox was supposed to hear. I don't know. Can you guys hear it? Wait.
FBI, open up!
Whoa. Whoa. Let's calm down there at Fort Knox.
FBI, open up!
Okay. So where was that knock? Just makes me a tad bit curious. Because you know that if, you pull up to Fort Knox, most likely, how I picture the whole thing going is you pull up and there's these guys with like big guns, like, like bigger than my body type guns. And they're like, you can't come in here. We're guarding the gold at Fort Knox. And then you get in there and there's nothing there. I'm waiting for it. The only way that I could ever see something like that being tracked is if you actually have a tracker somehow in the gold bar with the QR code that connects it to the hash, like the metadata of the asset on the blockchain. Like, that's the only way I can picture it. It's the only thing I can picture happening. To actually track gold and to see where it goes. But other than that, there's nothing. There's most likely very little in Fort Knox. I don't believe there to be anything in Fort Knox. And I don't know if you guys have watched that, if you guys have watched Game of Thrones, where Daenerys Targaryen, she goes to the city and it's supposed to be a city that's so rich and the wealthiest ever, and then they go and Daenerys is like, I'm gonna take over the city, as she should. She's a queen, whatever. And so the guy that was ruling the city was like, I'm so rich, I could give you everything, I could build your army for you because I'm cool and I'm rich. And then they go to the safe. Finally, in the show, they go to the safe. There's nothing in the safe. The safe is darn empty. The safe is darn empty. And so you know what? She throws the guy that ruled the city and his side chick in there, and then that was it. She left him, which was a little bit of some lore for you from Game of Thrones. But it's the same thing that applies. Like they could say, oh my gosh, Fort Knox is filled to the brim with gold. Also, in New York, they say there's a lot of gold over there too. Okay, where is it? Let me see. Oh, but I feel like it's going to be like a Game of Thrones moment where you open the safe and it's empty and there's nothing in there. Who knows? I can't prove it. Nobody could. So I'm waiting for the receipts. I'm waiting for the receipts. Hello, Crypto Crank. Nice to see ya. Nice to see you. Yeah, listen, like you have to, especially with gold, it's like, you know what? We'll get into the gold debate in a little bit too because of Tucker Carlson. I'm going to hold off on that. But we also have 14 more likes until 100. Please smash the like, subscribe, and share. It's okay. We can get after it. I don't know if you guys are into Polymarket. Before I get into our spotlight with Tucker Carlson, do you guys watch Polymarket? Like, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. Polymarket, if you guys don't know what it is, it's basically a platform where you could just go and bet on really anything. Like, oh, is someone going to win Bachelor in Paradise? Or is Randy going to say Zesty on the show today? Is Randy going to do a rave today? And people can bet on that. Even, I think Polymarket became the official market or gambling market future thing of the NHL. So if you're into hockey, you could go ahead and get after it. I think Polymarket is available in the US. I'm pretty sure it is. Hold on. Let me see. I'm like 99% sure. Is Polymarket available in the US? Yes, it is. It is. So it was banned a few years ago by the CFTC. Now they're fine. Back to what I was saying, though, is that Polymarket is seeking an investment at a valuation of 12 to 15 billion dollars. I was just mind blown by this number. Also, Kalshi, that's a good comment, PG. Yes, Kalshi is also a big one. Also a big one. So prediction market Polymarket is in early talks with investors for a new investment at a valuation between $12 and $15 billion. It would mark more than a tenfold increase from their $1 billion valuation in June when it raised $200 million in a round led by Peter Thiel's Founders Fund. And so they shot to prominence, obviously, during the election. And then along with their rival Kalshi, Polymarket this week signed a multi-year licensing deal with the National Hockey League, the NHL, which became the first professional sports league to permit the use of its trademarks by markets outside of the sportsbook industries. So that's pretty interesting. But people are betting on anything nowadays. They're betting on if I'm gonna like curl my hair or straighten my hair by 2030. It's crazy. It's crazy. A lot of people are asking where my accent is from. I'm from Brooklyn. Okay, I'm from Brooklyn. Peace. So happy I left that place. Anyway, we're going to get into our spotlight today, which really shook everybody on X, and that is Tucker Carlson. Let's get into it. This is about to get messy. Oh, shoot, my bad. Sorry, wrong button. Guys, we have things going on. We have Tucker Carlson. I am going to play around a 3-minute clip. If you're on TikTok, please don't come after me. Be like, Randy, we can't hear it. Why are you so mean? Why are you such a bad host? Well, I'm trying not to be. So please go to YouTube, hit the link in my bio, youtube.com/missteencrypto, go to the live stream, and you can hear this lovely, lovely, lovely clip. Okay.
A lot of good things. Do you invest in Bitcoin? Do you think it's like a viable asset to invest in?
Oh, man. I don't want to make more enemies.
You're
I
about
mean,
to.
you want the real, this is my last answer, but you want the actual answer?
Yeah, sure.
And here's why. I spoke at the Bitcoin conference actually last year. I've spoken at a couple of Bitcoin conferences. I love the idea of Bitcoin because I love the idea of financial autonomy. I don't want what I buy or sell to be tracked. I don't want my money to be tracked. It's nobody's business. I pay my taxes. I've never cheated on my taxes. I've been very tempted, but I never have one time cheated on my taxes. And once the money's mine, like I can do what I want with it. And if you find me breaking the law, arrest me. But if you don't, it's none of your beeswax, as the kids say. So I love the idea of the blockchain. I knew some of the people involved in that whole thing. And I still believe in that promise, okay? Roger Ver, for example. I don't know how closely do you follow this, but like, there are people who still believe in that. But it turns out that it is not, to this point, been, I hope it will be, a way to conduct financial transactions privately at all. And that really freaks me out. I'm really afraid of a digital currency because that is totalitarian control. If you can punish people, if you can zero out their bank account and keep them from eating, you will have total obedience. Like, that's totalitarian. And I know that young people love crypto because they've been completely screwed in the job market and there are no financial opportunities for most of them. And they know they're staring down a life of, if not poverty, certainly a step down from the way they grew up, most young people. And so Bitcoin for them, crypto in general for them, is a promise of like, how can I make it in this world? Like, I would like to have a normal life. How can I do that? And crypto is a way they think that they can. And I'm praying for them. I hope that's true. But I fear that it will become, like so many other things in our country, a scam of sorts run by a coalition of the financial beneficiaries, like a few people who are getting all the winnings, and the politicians they control who use it to further their control of American society. I'm really worried about that. And so I'll just be totally blunt with you. I'm a gold buyer, and I've been vindicated big time in that. And everyone's like, oh, you're crazy, buying gold. Yeah. You know, it was good enough for the Phoenicians, it's good enough for me. And I, in general, don't get involved in anything I don't understand. I think that's a really good rule. There's some things I think I understand, turns out I didn't understand them, but in general, I try to limit myself to things I understand. And nobody can explain to me who Satoshi was, the creator of Bitcoin, this mysterious guy who apparently died, but nobody knows who he was. You know, I grew up in DC primarily, in a government family, so CIA. That's my guess, can't prove it, but like, you're telling me to invest in something whose founder is like mysterious and has billions of dollars of unused Bitcoin. Like, what is that? And no one can answer the question, including some of the biggest holders of Bitcoin in the world, who I know personally. They're like, oh, it doesn't matter. It matters to me, right?
Here's the whole key. Here's the whole key. He doesn't understand what Bitcoin is. He just told you. He doesn't understand. Why? Because he doesn't have the right people in front of him to explain it. And this is the same thing that Dave Portnoy does, where he and I love Dave Portnoy and I love Tucker, but they go on social media and they're like, oh my God, I missed it. Oh my gosh, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And then you know what? They get screwed, for a lack of better words. I'm going to say the word. They got screwed because you know what? They're missing out on all these gains because they don't do the basic fundamental darn research. And people try to go to them and overcompensate and really try to sell Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not something you sell. It's something that you embrace because it's a tool. So he's not, like I said, he doesn't understand what Bitcoin is. He doesn't understand the fact that despite Satoshi holding a bag of Bitcoin, because he mined it first, you know, he was there. So when it comes down to what he said, it doesn't matter who created Bitcoin, and it also does not matter how much a person holds, simply because it's decentralized. Because it doesn't matter if Satoshi sells his bag, because you know what? That's another million Bitcoin we all get our hands on. And also, it doesn't mean that the blockchain shuts down. Satoshi, I don't care if it was made by the CIA or some random dude in his basement. It comes down to the fact that nobody can stop Bitcoin. My friends hit me up the other day. Oh my gosh, Randy, did AWS take out Bitcoin? The answer is no, because Bitcoin's not based on centralized servers. It's everywhere. Computers, people running their computers, using their energy all around the world in order to secure and validate a network. So this is why Bitcoin is important. Censorship-resistant transactions. Now, is Bitcoin the most private thing in the world? The answer is no. However, isn't that what we need? There should be a balance. But then you have things like we just discussed earlier in the show. That yes, we do need a banking system that's more transparent because you have all these banks that are disregarding AML measures. So yeah, we do need to know where money moves within the government. That's why they didn't like RFK when he was running for president, because he wanted to put government spending on blockchain. Even Elon with Doge, he said, yeah, we need to put government spending on blockchain. We need a transparent and an honest, truthful system. And that's what Bitcoin gives you. Self-custody is what you need to focus on. That is the whole basis of this space. Peer-to-peer transactions and owning your money, and something that has a finite supply. So I think what he said is simply like, because he stated, he simply does not know what Bitcoin is. So, I mean, I don't think the CIA would create Bitcoin. That sounds ridiculous to me. Only because why would they create a currency that they can't control? It's as simple as that. Jennifer, no, they cannot. And so, like, I see Jennifer in the chat trying to troll right now. Jennifer, I like you, Jennifer. I've seen you in the chat. But again, like, it's not. What he said is because he just doesn't understand it. Bitcoin cannot be shut down. You think if Bitcoin was really going to get shut down, the test would have been AWS. And how many times has AWS gone down, but Bitcoin's still standing, the hash rate is fine? Bitcoin isn't fungible. That's true. That's true. So, I mean, listen, it doesn't matter who created it because at the end of the day, it is a decentralized technology. So the fundamentals don't change. Exactly. Like, I don't think the CIA would create Bitcoin if they didn't have a way to control it. And that's it. And so when he talks about being unbanked or being debanked, why does that happen? Because of the censorship abilities of the traditional financial system. But even if you go and you look at stablecoins, they could censor you with stablecoins. No one can censor you with Bitcoin. And then you look at Litecoin, which is basically Bitcoin, but cheaper and faster, that has an optional layer called MWeb, Mimblewimble extension blocks, that give you that fungibility and that privacy as well as that transparency, like Bitcoin does. So I think his argument gets a little bit lost in the sauce. I don't think it's that relevant to us. And if you want to go buy gold, go buy gold. But that doesn't also compete with Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the best performing asset of all time. So gold can hit highs whenever it wants. It still is not going to outperform Bitcoin. You have countries, you have companies, you have states and cities buying it. So it is what it is. And so the fundamentals of Bitcoin don't change. Go to the white paper. Literally within the first line, it talks about what Bitcoin is at its core. It's a peer-to-peer electronic cash system that can be sent from one person to another with no one in between. That is what we're here for. And yes, does Bitcoin appreciate? Yes, it is the best performing asset of all time. But fundamentally, we're here because we want a way to escape a system that ultimately has control over every single person in the world. And we're done with it. And we're done. I'm done with the banking system. I'm done with the censorship. I'm done with the fact that there's literal magic money computers that haven't gotten destroyed after Elon outed it on Capitol Hill. That is gross to me. You have all these banks that are working with the government and working with all these gross people to do some horrible things to some innocent people. And that's not fair. It's really not fair. So if you want to have a peaceful revolution, you opt out and you get Bitcoin. Because without even words, you're able to say, you know what? I'm done with this and I'm ready for something different. And at least you're making an impact when you're doing that. You don't need weapons to defend Bitcoin. You don't need to tear up the entire world for Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin's just going to exist and it's going to continue to prosper because literally no one can take it away. Thank you for the heart. Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. So crypto will absorb most of the world's wealth. I've stated that on the news multiple times, and I'm ready to get after it. Again, like look at Bitcoin. We are up over 60% on the year. Looking at gold right now, we're up 50% in the past year. So Bitcoin is still outperforming gold. So let's take a freaking break. Let's take a breath over here. Let's take a breath. Let's get into, am I good on time? Where am I at? Oh shoot, I'm running low on time. All right, guys, let's get into coins to watch. All right, we got gainers and losers. Gainers, Hyperliquid up 13%. Speaking of Hyperliquid, wanted to throw this in. Hyperliquid Strategy is looking to raise $1 billion to fund their treasury purchases. So there might be some Hyperliquid treasuries. If you're interested, look into that. Monero is following up at 6.73% in the green. Solana up 4.2%. Mantle up 3.8%. Athena up 3.8%. Looking at the losers, down today is Zcash leading the way, down 11.7%. Plasma down 5%. Story down 2.9%. Pengu down 2.5%. And Aptos down also 2.5%. I always have so much fun saying Pengu. Pengu. Oh, I'm so insane. I wonder if, like, oh my gosh. I wonder who's watching this podcast today. I've been inviting a lot of people I've met IRL to watch my podcast in the past week, and I just, like, wonder what they think when they tune in. They're like, ooh, I knew Randi was off, but now I know she's super off. Like, now I'm just really out there. I wonder if I'm going to get any reactions by next week. Anyway, let's look at Litecoin, shall we? $93.80. We're up 2%. Guys, Crypto Princess is live after us. Oh my word, I am actually the worst person in the world. Hold on, we got to pull over for a second. Skirt, we're pulling over. We have a show today with our bestie, Rob, from Digital Asset News. We love Rob with our whole hearts. You can't really see the thumbnail. It's getting blocked by these ads. But we will be live with Rob from Digital Asset News at 2 p.m. Eastern today. So we're doing 2 streams. 2 darn streams, don't miss it. Don't miss it. We're doing 2 streams today. 2 p.m. Eastern is the second stream. So after the stream ends, this video will redirect you to the later show. So that way you could go and hit your reminders. So this stream is not rating into Crypto Princess. Crypto Princess could come in the chat, drop her link. The mods could drop her link. But this show is going to get redirected to my later show at 2 p.m. so you guys could set your reminders and be there, because I know sometimes you guys aren't used to me going live at 2 p.m. But I do have a 2 p.m. Interview today, next Thursday, and the Thursday after that. So I have the next 3 Thursdays booked, and I will continue to be booking Thursdays at 2. So that I feel like that's going to be my Daily Zest time. Sometimes I do have to change the time and the day just because of when the person is available, whatever it is. But I am aiming for Thursdays at 2 p.m. to be our new Randi Hipper show time slot. Just throwing it out there. So I am booking. So this Thursday, so today, Thursday, the 23rd is booked. The 30th is booked. And the 6th of November is booked. So just watch out for that. Okay. Back to Litecoin. Litecoin is $93.80. We're up 2%. We want to hold this 91. We're looking at the 200-day SMA above us at 99.73. Over here, we do have a green dot printed on the momentum, moving it on up. We do have the VWAP looking pretty juicy too. The money flow isn't looking too good. We need to pick that up. The RSI is definitely choppy, a little bit lazy today. It is picking up though, which is cool. I would even say send it lower. Who cares anymore? Let's just get after it. Ethereum, $3,846. We're up 1%. We really want to hit that golden zone again around 4,200. Obviously, 4,000 is a major psychological level. Before that, we're looking to hold support at 3930-ish. Bearish level to watch is down here at $3,378. And the 200-day SMA is right below it. So keep calm, huddle on, watch out. We have a red dot printed on market Cipher. Money flow needs some work. VWAP is below that 0 line. We want to see it make a nice move up. The RSI is looking okay. She's a little choppy, making a slight move to the upside today. So we also have some subscribers. Guys, please make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. I think this might have been frozen. I think it froze the counter, but pin your comment to the top. Oh, wait, hold on. Pin message. Okay. It says I pinned it. So go ahead, check out Crypto Princess after this. We're about to exit this show right now. How many likes do we have? Do we have 100 likes yet? There were way over 100 people here. 102 likes. Splendid. All right. Let's get after it. Yes, we are going to hang out with Rob from Digital Asset News, guys, at 2 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. Link is right here if you want to set your reminders through this link. or just wait till this live stream ends and you will get sent there. Any thoughts on privacy coins? I'm an advocate. I mean, I think privacy is a basic human right. I don't think privacy is just for criminals. And so, I mean, especially as a woman in different countries, I do acknowledge the fact that women in some countries aren't allowed to speak. Literally, they're not allowed to write. They're not allowed to go to school. They're not allowed to like do anything. And they basically are in jail every single day of their lives. And so if Bitcoin or a privacy coin could give them the ability to save them, maybe their kids, their family, and get out of a terrible situation, I'm all for it. I think that's very important. So I think privacy coins honestly will help a lot of people. So I'm very bullish on privacy. I'm very bullish on saving the world and having money that belongs to you, not anybody else. And so that way you could get your financial self on track. So once you're financially okay, you can focus on building yourself as a person, spiritually and fitness and all these things. Everything ties in. So that's why I try to post a lot of fitness content. I try to schmooze in a little bit of my daily life, which I should do a little bit more personal vlog style stuff, which I'm working on. I gotta get there, y'all. But yeah, no, I'm very much a fan of lifestyle and just making sure that we're okay and we're on the right track. So financially, you have to be on track. Getting after your fitness is definitely good. Your diet is important. Everything is very important. Spirituality is very important as well. So just lock in, everyone. Amen to you too, lasers. Guys, have a splendid day. Stay blessed. I will see you guys at 2 p.m. Eastern. Please tune in at 2 p.m. Eastern. I have a bunch of things to do before 2 p.m. So keep calm, hodl on, have an amazing day. I'm so bullish on you. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I'm bullish on every single person that chooses to opt out of a corrupt system and opt into one where you're in control. So have a beautiful day. See you guys in a few hours. You'll be redirected. Please set your reminders for 2 p.m. Smash the like, subscribe, share it out with friends, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Stay zesty. Mwah. Peace.